I started learning for like a year or two, taking these French classes during the summer. And then I stopped for a while and then picked it back up again in the 8th grade.
Was it a required course in the 8th grade, or was it like a selective, like you have to take these courses, but then there are these elective courses and French is one of them, you're like, oh yeah, I can do that.
So you had to take a foreign language,
Yeah.
and your choices were either Spanish or French.
Yeah.
I don't remember. There might have been like a small handful that took German or something, and I'd say about 75% of the school chose Spanish and about 25% chose French. So I joined this school in the 8th grade, but the kids in that school had started learning in the 7th grade. So they had a year of curriculum already by the time I joined. And I was able to catch up by like midterms. And I remember those introductory classes just being about like subjects and verbs and basic conjugation. And that was it. That was like, I'm sure there was a lot of vocabulary involved. I remember those like, those books you get when you're a kid with the illustrations and the words below them, kind of like little flashcards that go with them. I think I remember those. But what I definitely remember being the most useful when just starting out was learning like the subjects and the basic verb conjugations.
Which is so fun.
Which is so fun.
Yeah.
I don't know. I liked it better than a lot of my other classes. I don't know if it was good teachers or if, again, I just had this like strange childhood personal vendetta where I needed to correct what went wrong back when I was so young. But whatever, I kept going in French. And the people that took French were like not the cool kids. So
is that where you met Anna, or was that later?
That sealed my fate. No, I met Anna in college.
Okay.
Yeah, we were neighbors in the dorms. Yeah, the first night that I met her was when I met Hannah when we moved in, and she was having a party so the next door over for mine. And so I had the door open, she had the door open, and we all just sort of ended up collaborating. But I didn't really meet her until towards the end of the night when she came running into my room and stood on top of my couch and then shouted something in Polish and then fell over and hit her head. She was fine. And then like our friend Dan came and picked her up and was like, I'm so sorry about that. And then walked out and closed the door. I was like, what the fuck is that? And that was like when I learned her name. And then we met officially the next day. Never looked back.
She was telling me that she took French also just to be rebellious because everybody was saying that she should learn something more practical like Spanish.
Yeah. Same. I remember even like when I was signing up with the, I don't know, principal, dean, everyone's trying to convince me to take Spanish. And it was such a strange thing. I'm like, why do you even offer French if you don't want me to take it? Like, what's the deal? And I was like, no, I want to take French. I'm fine. And that's definitely the best decision I could have made. Because like I said, not what the cool kids did. But I wasn't destined to be friends with many of those people anyway. So I found like the niche of people that I needed to be around. The nerdy French kids. The rebels. It was good. So I 8th grade, I went back into the classroom, and then I took French all through high school, through senior year. And then, which is the only class that I didn't like totally tank at some point in my high school career. But then I graduated high school and then went to college. And I didn't take any French in college, but during my time in high school, we had an exchange student. So this girl, Maureen, who was from Nantes, she came and stayed in our house for about 2 months. And we were supposed to go to France, but this was just after 9/11. So I wasn't able to go to France when I was in high school. But they could come here, which is great. And after high school, we stayed in touch through college. So I had like a little pen pal. So I had someone to practice with. And we would write letters. We'd send each other mixtapes. I have a bunch of CDs still and, things like that. So it was a great friendship that started when we were very young, and we still keep in touch today, which is great. And it wasn't until I was 21, I had moved to San Francisco after college, and then I met this French guy. And then I dated this French guy for several years. And then that is like where I really was able to like lock in everything that I had learned.
Yeah.
if I hadn't had that experience throughout my 20s of, being in such a immersed social setting and then traveling also to French speaking countries as frequently as I did, I think that I would have been one of the many lost souls that that had once taken a language class, stopped after high school, and then forgot everything.